Hello everyone! 恭喜发财 to everybody first! Yes, today is the first day of Chinese New Year. What the hell am I doing broadcast in the first day of Chinese New Year? Nothing to do, it's called early in the morning, no one is doing anything. So let's do a session on Chinese New Year. So we'll address one of this particular topic, which is why a lot of people couldn't get things started. Right? Yeah, many people couldn't just get things started, right? So today we're gonna understand how your brain thinking mechanism work, right? It is through the entire process of understanding how things happen, how things work, that you can actually start to tweak. Because if you don't know the process, very difficult to tweak things. Right, so no, good morning, Manuel. Hello, Kahing. Going for choya, Kahing. Right, so no, hello, Sabrina. How are you going? Going for choya to you as well. Right, so how's the first day of Chinese New Year? So yesterday night wasn't as eventful, even if it's the what we call the legalization of firework, right? No, it's actually less than when firework wasn't legal. Right, hello Kaling, how are you doing? Good morning to you as well. Right, so come, let's go into this particular topic. So just to inform you guys, the topic of 5 art, right, is usually more philosophical, right? So it's a little bit more philosophical. A lot has to do with principal concepts, right? So that's basically what the 5 arts are for. So my channel, I concentrate on really the 5 arts, with very little about the medicinal art. I'll just tell you first, right? So now I talk a lot about 八字, right? So 八字 mean that all the 八字 stuff. Then we talk about feng shui, then it's going to be the feng shui stuff, right? So then we talk about qigong, it's going to be the qigong stuff, and there's going to be one general all-encompassing 5 art, which is going to talk about more philosophical side of things, right? So yeah, today we're going to talk a bit more on the philosophical side. So of course, as usual, I would link it back a little bit with the rest of the 5 arts, right? So that you guys can understand what is happening. So today we're gonna talk about how your brain process situation, right? So very interesting thing. Let me just shrink myself down to the smaller version first, right? So that's the smaller version, right? So as usual, getting in touch, the Telegram is a good place for you to get in touch real time, right? So you want real time respond, that will be the Telegram. Then there is gonna be the newsletter, right? So yeah, talking about newsletter, I'm trying to go and look for newspaper afterward. Just now I seriously just went one round. Really difficult to find newspaper. Okay but never mind. A topic for another time. I will find newspaper today. If cannot find newspaper, not going home. Right. Okay, community support Facebook page, right? So right on top here is the Facebook page. You can go and join the Facebook community, right? So if you want to get connected with other people who is also learning Chinese metaphysics at the same time. All right, come, let's take a look at it, right? So now, when we talk about the model, right? So this is actual a model that the university has studied and come up with. Right, so they actually studied people and then come up with a model that tells you how does a person typically think, how is a person thinking processing, and because of this particular thinking process, we form judgment, right? We form judgment. Now all of us have a set of what we call belief. Now belief is just a term, please don't get too excited with one thing. Now belief is basically information that probably you cannot really verify, but it seems to be surviving even without verification. So it usually something that is very old, usually something that's very old, that has been passed down from generation to generation. So it forms what we call a belief system. So one of the biggest belief system that's easiest for you to understand is basically called religion. Right, religion is one of big belief system, right? So so you can take a look at religion. A lot of religion basically is not really very verifiable. Now the God portion of it, I'll just tell you, the God deity portion of it is not very verifiable. So if you want, you can see that almost everybody can create their God. Just like Bitcoin nowadays. It's like cryptocurrency, right? So at least in the older part of the day, Taoism, Taoism love to create gods. Everybody become God. Even people like God of War, Guan Yu, right? Guan Yu is a person, is a general, but then they have been glorified until it become God, right? So, and then, they have a lot of stories of how normal folk, have attained, godhood, or you want to call it, right? So, no, those are all called belief, and you have system of belief system happening. Yeah, belief system is very strong. By the way, everybody, all of us, has a set of belief system. Whether you like it or you don't like it. So later, when we explain everything, you will see how the belief system is actually created inside of you, but you have one, right? But it's not readily or easily identifiable. You actually do a lot of things based on that, right? So now I call this a grandfather story, right? So now during the cave time, now you see during the cave time, a lot of things very difficult to verify. So you just imagine if you go out, right? So if you go out, you explore, not safe. I love saber-tooth tiger. No, later I got another saber-tooth tiger photo. Saber-tooth tiger, right? Go out, you meet saber-tooth tiger, fearsome saber-tooth tiger. Then you come back. What happened? You come back, you tell story. Oh, there was this big cat, whatever it is, with great fang. You see, nobody in the cave have seen this saber-tooth tiger before. So now you are telling tall tales. None of them can verify the saber-tooth tiger, right? So because other people who went out, did not survive the saber-tooth tiger, died lah. Then they cannot come back and verify a story. You happen to be probably the first dude who ever survived the saber-tooth tiger. Came back, you tell the story. Right? So you can see this a story that was not very verifiable. There are going to be a lot of people who believe it. So it will create a belief system. Right, the belief system will drive. You see, the belief system will basically drive. Let's take a look first. So we just take belief system. Now, belief system is not the first starting point. It's a circular one, so there's actually no starting point. So I just tell you that belief system exists. Right, so a lot of people try to change belief system, but it's not a good starting point to do. Right, so then what happened after belief system has been created? As one belief system has been created, so this one will drive the second thing, which is called a habit. Now, as you create habitual things. Now, what happens if I tell you that there's going to be a big tiger, big fang, bloody hell, kill you? Right, so what happened? The community there, right, the people around it will form a certain habit. This one is always, I tell you, the black forest. Right, what is black forest? It's an area whereby it is being told that you shall not explore. Black forest, right? So for us, we also have a lot of habits. Like for example, during certain Chinese festive season, we like to burn stuff. You probably know by now that doesn't really work well, or you cannot confirm doesn't really work well, but we still do it. So this is part of habit. Like one habit that we will always do is first day of Chinese New Year, go temple. So if you are the even more powerful one, right? Yesterday night already tried to fight to put the first joystick. That's actually one activity that they do, Chinese. Right? They want to fight who's the one who the first to put the joystick. Right? So these are all habits. Right? These are habits that we all has actually formed due to certain belief that we have. Right, so habit usually form in line with belief. So another one more habit that we nowadays have is that the fella who has a degree may be smarter than the rest of the other people. Right, so yeah, that's another habit, right? So it's like no, we have to go and get university degree. Is it true? Right? Is it in today's times? I just read an article, the other day complaining that somebody with no university degree finding it very difficult to find job. True, not true? Take a look at it, from whichever direction it is, So again, the entire activity of obtaining a what we call a university degree is basically right now has become a habit to a lot of people. Right? Because the belief is university degree holder is supposed to be smarter. Now, you see, true or not true? You make your own judgment. You make your own judgment. Okay, right? So whether it's true or not true. Because right now I can tell you, the newest kids on the block, DeepSeek, right? China punya ChatGPT lah, DeepSeek lah. It can score all the exam result, flying color. Right? You are trying to fight exam with the AI. Sorry lah, sure die. right? So what's the value of you getting a high score in exam in today's, when anybody can get one of these ChatGPT model, DeepSeek, to basically do better than you in an exam, right? Does your belief system in education is, well, at least not the older type. Like, education is still important. Let's tell you first. Okay, right? Don't get me wrong. All right. So, but you need to change the way the education. It cannot be the type whereby you try to remember information. Remembering information is of no use already. It's actually using information that is useful, right? So, if you want information, just go into one of these language model and ask them to give you the information. Then you need to work on it. So that's why a lot of people, you can obtain a lot of information, but you don't take action, because school has never teach you how to take action. School teach you how to remember information, which is a very old school way of getting things done, right? So right now it's very different now. So it forms certain habitual things that you are doing, right? So your belief system actually form your habit. So that's the second part of it. The belief system create certain habits that you are having, right? So that's why you want to break cycle. A lot of people say that you need to basically break somebody's habit. Is it easy to break a person's habit? No. If you want to break the person's habit, you need to change the person's belief, right? Yeah, you all saw this thread on X about DeepSpeak taking over ChatGPT, right? Our fellow Malaysian was so impressed because it's pretty accurate. Right, cool, right? So then after that, only your thought process is done. Your thought process is actually is a result of your habit. By the way, the entire reason for you to go for education is actually so that you form a good habit of finding information. But unfortunately, is the education system has been morphed into a remembering system. So it's wrong. Last time when you are studying something, you're supposed to learn how to discover the answer. But right now, the answer is basically shoved into your throat, and you're supposed to regurgitate it. So that's why it's so your thought process is a direct resultance of your habit. So if you have a habit, so that's why you see now again, I just apologize first. For those of you who do doom scrolling means that take out the handphone, scroll rubbish. Score rubbish, right? Your brain thoughts actually will just become rubbish. Yeah. Okay, it's basically your habit. So if your habit is always looking at useful information, right? Let's say your habit is looking at useful information, your brain will form the pathway that basically will go through useful information, right? So it's called critical thinking. It's really depend on your habit. Right, so a lot of time when a lot of things that you are doing, right, you didn't even put in effort into it, right? Your brain degrades, right? Your brain doesn't work, right? So your brain doesn't work, memory, yeah, right, with low budget. All right, so yeah, they were saying that, hey, how come they can do it in so cheap? But right now there are story coming out again, right? So there's a story coming out again. It says that the fella didn't actually do it using such a chip. They actually use a lot of the NVIDIA processor. They have a lot of those NVIDIA processor that they're actually using for this DeepSeek thingy. Don't know lah, but anyway lah, it's not my problem. So just tell you your thought processes is formed through your habit. So that's why kung fu learning kung fu, right? Learning kung fu, learning any sort of martial art, there's a lengthy process of fighting with dummy. That's basically forming habit. Fighting dummy is for forming habit itself. Right? So for those of you who are into Wing Chun, there's that Muk Yan Zhong, the one that go to ta one, right? So that one, Muk Yan Zhong, is actually forming habit, right? So the forming habit, it forms your brain's neural path, right? So that's where your thoughts come in, right? So that's where when you have certain things, how did the neural path fire and give you the answer, right? So you need a lot of training ground to do the training to form the habit, right? Before the habit is formed, you need to have a belief system. Right, you need to believe that the martial art works. Then you need to have formed enough habit. Every day train. That's basically habitual, right? So then after that, only your thought process basically come in, right? So then after the thought process has already been coming, right? So there's a third process, the thought process coming. This is where emotion come in, right? So now first, somebody came back, tells you that there is a saber-tooth tiger out there, right? So saber-tooth tiger, no one can confirm it, right? So then an area was being told, called drawn off to be Black Forest area, right? So that basically form a habit. People don't go to the Black Forest area. Then they're gonna be education. The thoughts is gonna go in, about how to face a saber-tooth tiger. So now, even if after you got a lot of training, all the simulation that you have been doing, somebody pretend to be saber-tooth tiger, come and you go wrestling with the fake saber-tooth tiger. Now come the time whereby the saber-tooth tiger actually appear. Right, so now you see when saber-tooth tiger actually appear, that time your emotion will take over everything, right? Your emotion will take. So right before you did action, right? So just tell you that after emotion is basically action. It's your emotion that's basically doing it. So that's why in sales, there is a very high calling that if you want to sell something to people, you need to sell them through emotion, not through logical thought. Right, logical thought is not going to work, right? So with somebody, right? So but after they have done the emotion part of it, then only they start to think. So you see, we go reverse, right? If you go reverse on it, right? So after the emotion part of it, then only that time. So tell me, even if you're very prepared, you got a lot of theories about this. When you need to do something, right? The emotional part is the one that usually stop you. Right, because after emotion is basically taking action already, right? It's basically taking action, right? So if you see your mom coming, what do? You run. You run for your life, right? So it's basically taking action, right? So action is actually after the emotional processing, right? So a lot of time when you cannot do something, it's actually not logical, cannot, or you are doing something, you do or you don't do, it is not a logical driver, it is an emotional driver. So again, right, if you talk about it, right, it's easy to change your emotion. If you want to change your emotion, you need to change your thought. You want to change your thought, you need to change your habit. You want to change your habit, you need to change your belief. So just tell me, is it easy to change all these things? Right, so then you reach the part whereby whether you decide the saber-tooth tiger come, whether you want to decide whether you're going to run or you're going to fight the saber-tooth tiger is basically during this particular period. So it's for you to take action, right? So this is where it drives you into action. So can you see that for you to perform action, there's actually so many things behind it that is happening. Your brain actually process this like in an instant. Go to the place whereby the action is. Now you start to understand that it's actually so difficult to take action. Yeah, it's difficult to take action. So after you've taken action already, what happened? You will reach outcome, like your result. Your outcome, nothing that you can do about it. It's basically a direct relation to your action, right? So didn't study, F law. Okay, what is there to do about? It's nothing to do about, I was unlucky that the question that's given to me wasn't something that I have studied. A lot of people like to blame the result on something else other than them. The result, the outcome is always in relation of you, is never in relation to other people, right? So this is something that I always tell people, is that there is no point pointing your finger out there. Just for example, if you are hungry, if you're hungry, you are hungry. If I go and eat, does it make you less hungry? If you are sick, if I take the medicine, does it make you better? If you are stupid, I go and study, does it make you smarter? If you are poor, if I go and work hard, does it make you richer? You see, every single of this incident, right, whereby you want something, but you are expecting other people to do it. Even if other people are successful, you get nothing. So you want anything at all, right? Who need to take the action? You need to take the action now. right? Don't ask other people to take action. So anybody who go like, oh, this one, the fella, no, as long as you got the fella, right, it's your fault already. Got nothing to do with the fella. Right? The fella has no obligation to make you happy. The fella got no obligation to make anything to you at all. Right? So, very cruelly said that, you take care of yourself. Right? So your outcome is directly what we call driven by your action. Now, take action or don't take action is also called take action. There's no such thing as no action. Right? This process never stops. Right? So that one drive into the outcome side of it, right? So now you can see that, right? So the last piece of the puzzle, the last piece of the circle is basically called the community, or you want to call the society, the people around you, right? So now this is the part that, people find it very difficult to accept. A lot of time they are being pressured by the external force to do certain things, perform certain stuff that, they don't want to perform. Right, so now like the classic example I tell people is the our general call life process. Life process is what? Everybody tells you to study hard. Everybody tells you to get good grade. Everybody tells you to get a good job. Everybody tells you to buy a house. Everybody tells you to get married. Everybody tells you to, have children. Then when you have done all of this already, then only you find out that you have not done anything at all that is for yourself. It's called midlife crisis. Right? So the part of it is basically your environment. So can you see that at any one time your brain is circling through all these things? It is considering all this stuff that is happening right now. So now the ultimate question to you right now, which part is easiest for you to do something about? Right? If you think about this, which part is it easier for you to do something about? Right? Where should you cut in? Because you want to change this entire process, you need to change something in this. One part of it needs to be changed. The question is which part is easiest to change? Right, most easiest to change, requirement easier. Like for example, you want to change the environment, you want to change other people, right? Very difficult. Very difficult to change other people, right? So now you want to change your belief system. The belief system is actually driven by the environment, right? So if this one, if everybody said that the Black Forest has a big monster, if everybody believe in it, you try and see, right? So now this is doing the witch hunt. Right, the witch hunt, when everybody say that this person is a witch, right? Is there anything for you to fight? Nothing for you to fight. Right, so that is what the people believe in. Right, there's people. So by the way, the witch hunt, there's this story which makes sense because during that particular time, the plague, the death plague, was spread by mouse. Right, mouse is the one that carry the flea that causes the plague. Okay, so the plague was actually caused by fleas, right? So it caused the plague. So women, especially a single woman, they usually rear cats. They have cats around with them. So because they got cats around with them, mouse don't necessarily being able to get near their house. So their house is being spared by the plague. When everybody else has plague, the woman who has cat inside the house is spared by the plague. They don't get infected by plague. Because why? No mouse can get near. The flea cannot get near them. So the common belief is, this single woman with cats are witches. Makes sense. It's actually during that time. Right? Their processor no good, but it makes sense. Right? So that's why, women got accused of being witch, especially women with cats with them. Ooh, and then that's why cats also got bad reputation. Because people don't understand, right? So the belief system is usually a lot of time is due to not really too good of an understanding, right? So then that create habits and all of those things. Now the only component that is easiest to tweak component is basically called the action. Action is the easiest to tweak, right? Because why? You just need to shut down emotion. Right? You just have to shut down emotion. All right? Can, right? He will tell you that, right? So we will basically put it back into this particular thing for you to take a look, right? So now action is basically the part that you can fully control. So actually for you, for anything at all that you want to do, right? The hell with the rest of the thing. Go do first. It's actually go do first, despite you having emotional issue with doing something. Go and actually get things done first. Right? Because why? Once you do something, then you get an outcome. If this outcome is not something that you want, do something else. Is it different? No, nothing, right? You just go there, you start doing things first, right? So the outcome is not ideal, then you do something else, because your outcome is the one that's going to convince your environment. It's not what you say, it's not what you theorize, it's not whatever it is, right? It's your outcome. Right, so like for example, the DeepSeek thingy, right? So before it was done, a lot of people say it cannot be done. It's expensive lah, a lot of it, right? So now that it is done already, I tell you, everybody will start to do it. Because why? The outcome changed the environment. Right? Can you see that the AI space right now is going through a change? Right, before that, it was this big conglomerate company, that has the money to run the AI model, that can take all the information. Is actually not easy to actually educate an AI model to just give you simple answer, right? So right now DeepSeek has done something. DeepSeek has went and do it, right? See, DeepSeek went and do it. It did not think about whether this and that, whatever it is, and the entire story that it was actually just a side project somewhere. Right, it's just basically just a side project somewhere, right? So right, can you see that they basically change the outcome? So now when the environment has changed, the outcome has changed the environment, a new belief system will be formed. Right, when a new belief system will be formed, a new habit will be created. So new thought process will actually be created. Then a new emotion will basically come. Then the action become easier. So that's why every time after somebody has already done it, right, whoever want to do it after that become much more easier. It's the 1 minute miles, right? The 1 minute miles. Before this, it was impossible. Even scientists say that people body, right, cannot take the pressure of running so fast, right? Right, so the entire belief system said that cannot. People training also cannot train. The thought process is wrong. Emotion, you get very scared when you run too fast. You get scared of the situation, right? Until one fella decide to do it and he broke the record. Right, the outcome was that he broke the record. So now the environment changed already. Right, people around them right now change already. Wow, so so now a new belief system is formed. All right, so that created new habits on people, right? So the thought process on how to do training, everything changes. The emotion of doing things changes, and you can see that the record is being broken one after another, faster one after another. Because why? Before that, people cannot do it now. All right, so same thing, right? Same thing if they take a look at the entire thing, right? So that's why for you, you want to do something, right? Go do. Right, no one said that you will be successful, but go do, because only after doing only you will have the outcome. Once you have the outcome will shape the environment around you. You always say that, oh, people don't believe me. Okay, yeah, people don't believe me because you do not have the outcome. A lot of time you don't even have the action. You need to wait for people to believe you, then only you do. Hello, go do first. Right, basically go and get things to do first. Right, so hello Fernanda, how are you doing from Mexico City? Right, so take a look, right? So it's like going to gym. So going to gym, what you want to have everybody believe that you can slim down first, or you go to gym, right? So this one I like, right? So now a lot of people say that, oh, I want to be influencer, I want to start a video, right? How many actually do it? Okay, how many people actually do it? Start recording. That's what I tell people, start recording. Right, you're gonna look crap on the first 100 what we call video that you're gonna do, right? So you're gonna study something, you wanna learn something, yeah, someone said, oh, I want to learn Chinese metaphysics. Start learning, bloody hell. Right. Got so many free stuff for you to do, right? So now, by the way, the energy that is basically in charge of getting things done in a blind manner is called 7 killing. Right, 7 killing is not scary. 7 killing is basically force you into action. That's what 7 killing is. 7 killing is forcing you into action. Right, so if you want to get things started, you can use 7 killing. By the way, in date selection, 7 killing is called Destruction Day. Scare or not, right? Destruction Day. Destruction Day is a good day to actually start things. Right, Destruction Day is a good day to start things, right? So go ahead. If you want to break certain cycle, break certain habit, go and choose a Destruction Day, right? So that's why I said that the clash, which is the snake and the pig, by the way, right? So for those of you who have pig, right, this particular year you are supposed to take action despite your fear. This is the year whereby you are forced to basically take action. So the suffering that you are having, for the clash a lot of time is refusal to accept change. That is the suffering that you're going through. Right? So that's why, if you want to stop your suffering, start picking up the entire challenge. Right? Start taking action. Right? Don't give you any excuses. You need to start the entire process. The process needs to start. Okay, right? So only after the process start again, starting, doing something, then only you get the outcome. You study, only you found out that what you don't know, right? You accomplish more doing 7 killing luck pillar than year being alive combined. That is good lah. That's basically good lah. So that's why 7 killing, all this destruction thing is not scary, right? It's not scary at all. It's just that in the olden day, the belief system is that scarcity, right? So a lot of people, because in the olden day when this is during a time whereby war is very rampant, people die just like that, right? There's not many population around, so that's why they are very afraid of the situation whereby there are no more population around, extinction level event. Right, so that's why during that particular time, it's like stay alive is more important than actually attempting anything that's dangerous. But today, how dangerous thing that you can attempt? You tell me, right? You don't tell me going to the gym to do slimming is dangerous. Okay, you don't tell me starting a video channel on YouTube is dangerous. You don't tell me picking up a book and studying a new skill set is dangerous. These things are not dangerous, but yet you find it very difficult for people to start, because why? The rest of the thing are jamming you up. So you just throw the rest of the thing away, start the entire cycle. It's called building the entire cycle, right? Building the entire cycle. Start the entire process, right? Go and take action, right? So that's from me, right? What kind of class? What kind of class is what kind of class? What class? What class do you want? TWR, what class are you asking? Suddenly got what kind of classes? I don't know what kind of classes you want to go for, any type of classes, right? Like, again, right? So you want to start taking video, go and tell what classes, what clash, right? What kind of clash it was dragon and dog? What do you mean by kind of clash of dragon and dog? The other day only we talk about clashes itself, right? So, yeah, go and watch that one. I already have a video that talk about the clash, right? So TWR, you can go and watch the video, right? So all the clashes, I give you a general, streamlined answer to all the clashes already, so you know roughly what to handle, right? So this year is basically the snake and also the pig. So snake and pig, the clash is pretty very easy one. I don't like to see you, you don't like to see me. That's all I need. They don't fight, right? So dog's supposed to move the fear through as well. Nothing to do with whether dog move the fear. Fear is part of emotion. So it's just that emotion drive a person action. So you need to shut down emotion, and taking action is the fastest way to shut down a person's emotion. Just go and do it. Because why? Nowadays, whatever you do, right, the danger level is like minimum. I've not seen a camera hurt anybody before. Right, go and start, right? So because right now the beginning of the year, right? So beginning of the year is already how many years you have wasted, sitting around. I got an idea, I want to do this, but I'm scared of doing it. Why scared of doing it? Absolutely no idea why scared of doing it, right? So what do you got to lose? right? So there is always a step inside the entire process that you can take, right? I take clash like destruction in order to start anew. Yeah, right. So clash and destruction actually help you in terms of starting something on ground zero, new, right? This is where again, right? You go on ground zero, you go on new. What you do is that you start to build the cycle. Your action create outcome, outcome create environment, environment create belief, belief create habit, habit create thought, thought create emotion. Then next cycle of emotion. So snake and play clash, dot and clash are different. Every single clash also is different, and the composition of your party chart versus the environment also is different. Some party chart can take more drastic clashes, some party chart cannot. Right. Cannot speak non-stop like you. I was stuck halfway. You try and speak for 4 years and see whether you can or not. Hey, I started this in 2020 leh. Wait, hello. Today is 2025 already. This is the 5th year I'm talking. Of course I can talk. Right. 4 years ago also I can't ma. Right. 4 years ago you asked me to talk like this also actually cannot. But right now it's fairly easy. Right now it's fairly easy. Right. So you can go and sorry, you cannot go and watch my 4 years ago video already. Last time I could tell you, go back and watch my 4 years ago video. You will see that, oh my god. Yeah, of course, right now you say, oh, no, it's very easy right now. Yeah, but it was a 4-year process. Understand or not? Let's start, So when I started doing this that time also, it was like, a lot of things, a lot of excuses. Nah. Normally, I tell people when I did not start something, is I tell people that I have not finished my excuses yet. Right. I always tell people it's because I have not finished all my excuses, but one day I will finish all my excuses, right? Right, so that's why either way you want to create excuses or you want to just create straight away, go and start something, it's okay one. But you just need to know that you have to start. You want the entire thing to work. Starting is the way to do so, right? The old one sometimes still around. Okay, guys, right? So, again, going far choy to everybody, have a great Chinese New Year this particular year, right? So, like usual, this one today very difficult. Ask you, go out and spend money. A lot of places not open. A lot of places not open. You want to go out and spend money also is difficult. But anyway, right? So, have a great, right? So. Right, first might be difficult, but we can improve. Yes, correct. That's the entire idea. The first step is actually for you to just test out the water, right? Find the outcome, get everything done. The rest of the process will take care of itself. Seriously, you start one process, the rest will take care of itself. Your mind will actually go through this particular entire process. All right. Going for try again, right? Online platform open. Yeah, online platform very open. Okay. See you guys. Bye.